one, but it was mute.
Yo, Jordan team would have been scary in the playoffs. I'm happy he didn't get an angle front.
No, he wouldn't. My team would have been scared in the playoffs. Rodgers, Mike Thomas, that shit would have been loaded, bro.
Yeah.
That dude, underdog.
And then Waller threw me that 45 burger. I'm like, wow, he probably about to get ignorant.
The dude, underdog Mez, inboxed me about Jordan. He didn't want Jordan to get in the playoffs neither.
That's crazy.
I was going
Like,
street niggas,
like,
bro.
I don't want them Chubbs Hill to get into playoffs. I'm
If I
like,
see that nigga in person, I might smack him. he might get smacked on sight. Like, yo,
He
what?
talking mad shit, bro. For real.
Man,
Who is that? Whose man's is that?
I don't know, yo.
that's your man's.
Bro,
I
that
used to
is
think
not
that was
my
Mike
man's,
man's.
bro.
I thought
I
that was
used to
your
think
man,
that.
Jordan. Like,
Yeah, that's your
Bro,
man.
my man, bro, my man's is the boy Mini G's with the Denver Broncos
oh,
joint.
yeah.
That's my
He ain't make it in either, did he? Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he ain't make
Oh, that might be Evan Mans. I think that's Evan Mans.
Evan Mans.
Yeah.
Evan is no INT,
because
right?
he
Yeah.
hit me
No
up one
INT.
He
day.
didn't even make it.
Bro, he hit me up one day and said some shit like, yo, drop one of them receivers so I can pick them up. Not bad receivers. Yeah,
Yo.
bro, I'm like,
I
what?
know you gave him some spice. Like,
I didn't even say shit back, bro. I'm like, man, what was you talking about? Go sit down.
Yo, I hope he get knocked off, bro. He was talking shit all season, bro. That's real shit.
Bro, I was like, yo, get out my fucking mouth, bro.
I wish we wasn't playing each other either.
I know, man. That sucked, man. I wish I could have got the second seed or whatever, but that loss to Ari last week, that close one hurt me, man. Like this week, yo,
was close games.
oh man, yo,
1 point
I
game.
got blown out a couple times. When I went on my losing streak, remember, I lost 4 games in a row. Remember, I was like 4-1.
I
Then I
know.
was 4-5. And after that, I was just switching back and forth. 5, 6,
Taking the
8.
swing, man. That Michael Thomas shit
Getting
blew me.
blown out, bro. Every game I was getting blown out, bro.
Jeff, man, we gotta get you in the office next year, man.
I was there last year. Ain't like I've never been. So hold up.
Oh, that's
like,
right. That's right. Who won there? Oh, Jordan won there last year. That's right.
Yeah, I was third in the league last year. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. My fault.
The steep fall, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah, the Carson Wentz ball, right?
Yeah, the Carson Wentz effect.
You
Yeah.
were from top 10 and not mention it all.
I mentioned it all. He
Niggas got jokes. Niggas got jokes. That's all right.
I just remember all
Lamar,
them.
that shit.
Yo, you remember this dude told me Carson was top 5 at one point?
Bro, because this man was. We're not about to get
I mean, it was a good 12-game stretch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, matter of fact,
That's
we're
all
about to
right.
get it. We're about to get it. You don't want to give my apologies on Facebook, but it's all good though. You know what I mean?
Bro, I said you. I mean, like you was kind of ahead of the curve, but it's like
He's ahead of the
I got
curve,
my-
man. He's ahead of the curve, man. You don't want to give
I
you
got my
your credit on that.
I got my explanation. Let's make this show pretty quick.
I was kinda, Toby. You hear this shit? Like, I was so consistent. This dude went for so long. You know, it's
But
crazy.
I mean, it was doomed for him from the beginning. He had a QB controversy from the beginning.
All right, hold on. Let's get to the show. We can talk about it. All right.
Mhm.
That's what he just said.
All right, cool. All right. Let's just start. All right, man. It's another episode of Beyond the Trenches. Yeah, we're moving on forward, man. Keep them popping out. You know, the channel's getting bigger and bigger, more and more views. Keep sharing it, guys. I'm your host, of course, Big Mike, the host of this show. We got, of course, our wonderful panel today. Jordan, up here.
My guys.
Yep, Jeff.
Yeah, Raider Nation.
And Raider Nation, and we'll go get to the Raiders too a little bit later, and their lucky win. But in Toby, of course,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it was good, it was good, it was good.
I like that
Yeah.
evil green.
yeah. Well, let's start with a real team, the Steelers, and how they suffered there with Jeff. Jeff like black and yellow right now, so he all Steelers right now.
Hey, man, I'm supporting the wave.
Yeah,
How they-
we appreciate it.
How they suffered the first loss finally. And you know, some haters came out the woodworks on that, but you know, after the first loss, what are your thoughts on that and that game, and what flaws might hurt the Steelers going forward? Go ahead, Jordan, since you're the biggest hater on the Steelers.
Nah, I mean, in all reality, I mean, they've been playing pretty poorly over the past couple of weeks. They've been able to kind of cover up their flaws by the teams that they've been going against. The only flaw that I say they would have is they don't have a running game. think that's the only flaw that they really have. That could be a problem in the playoffs, depending on who they play, and it might not. You know what I'm saying? But I think their biggest issue is they don't have a running game. And that's really it. Like, Big Ben is being forced to throw the ball. I mean, he threw the ball 53 times versus the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? So for a guy who hasn't been too bad this year, you know what I'm saying? If he's got to continuously to throw the ball all game, and as he's been doing all season, that's going to wear out. So I think they just need to play a little bit better, but they don't really have any. The only flaw they have is their run game. They're still the second best team in the league.
Okay, Jeff, what do you think?
I mean, look, first of all, a lot of people overlook the Washington football team's defense. I think they've been a top defense all year. The defensive front seven is real solid. I mean, I think it hides some of their deficiencies on the back end, and Alex Smith is the glorified game manager of all time. But I don't think it doesn't change anything about the Steelers. I'm glad they did get it out the way and starting to carry that loaded gun into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying, of the undefeated season, and having all that extra pressure. And Jordan, right, the running game is non-existent. Connor got 645 yards this game. He hasn't had a 100-yard game in about 8 games. They don't have a second back to spell him. I guess they thought it was going to be Benny Snell, but he's terrible. You think about all the controversy, and I'm not going to say controversy. You think about all the difficulties with the Steelers' schedule this year, right? They've been having games pushed back and canceled, and the bye week got changed. So, they was due for one. I mean, like anybody, they were just due for one, and I just think it's one. I'm glad it wasn't a division game against the Browns, though.
All right, Tobi, what you think about our boys?
I mean, I knew we was gonna lose eventually. I wanted it to be earlier, maybe to we almost lost to Dallas. I would have rather take that, then. But I mean, we lasted long enough. I knew we was gonna eventually lose, though. But like they said, we have no running game. I mean,
the Connor even play last game?
Well, Connor, honestly, I don't even be seeing.
He was on the
him
COVID
there,
list. He didn't play.
Yeah, I didn't see him out there yet. So, but our offense is predictable, and I'm not really in love with our offense. Like, I just feel like the passing game sometimes could be limited. I don't know why they limit it. I think Ben needs to throw the ball down, throw more. We need more explosive plays, because we was up 14-0. So in my head, I'm like, yes, see, we not weak. We showing that we beating Washington. Washington got a good defense. So I'm like, we up 14-0. It's looking good. And then next thing I know, it's freaking 17-17, and then 20-17, and they lose the game. But going forward, I think it do affect us because when it comes to the standing and coming to that bye. Like I said earlier, we just played on Wednesday. Then we played on Monday. Yeah. So all the COVID shit, we lost our bye. Like, now we still don't got no bye. We really have no true bye week. I thought this was gonna be our true bye week with that before they moved around the schedule. And now we might lose the number 1 seed because Kansas City. I seen our schedule. We play the Bills next. And then we play the Bengals, which we should easily win, and then the Colts and the Browns.
Division games.
We need the Bengals, bro. Stop it.
I mean, they're all a rough schedule.
Tied.
Bengals
we're beating the Bengals, bro. I don't care.
That's cool.
The Bills, of course, I know that's a tough game. We might lose that game. That game is losable. We are at the Bills, and like I said, we lost Dupree, and we lost. That one hurt the most right there because we've been lost Devin Bush, and then we lose Bud Dupree now.
And we lost Bush's backup too.
And we lost who back?
Bush's backup.
We did.
Yeah.
Yo, so it's gonna be tough for us going down the road. And our offense needs to get going. Our defense still play decent, but they gotta play better. They gotta lock down Washington, I guess.
Is Dupree a season-ending injury?
Season-ending, bro. He's done.
Wow. We can cut them some slack though. We
led the league in sacks.
We can cut them some slack though because they only had 4 days of rest. So
they played 3 games in 12 days.
I was gonna say they can be cut. They can be given some slack. They should get some some credit for that in terms of they barely got any real rest. And like I said, Ben had to throw the ball 55 times. For 38 years old, and you played 3 games in 12 days? You said, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard to do. So I'm gonna cut them some slack. They're still the second best team in the NFL. It doesn't change anything.
But not having the bye might not hurt. You know, teams have the bye, they get rusty. Like i.e. Baltimore last year.
You're right.
So it might not hurt y'all to not have the bye.
I don't think it's gonna hurt either. I think it was just due for
I
them.
wish we got a bye during the season.
And he did.
When did we get a
Week
bye?
three.
It was early in the
We got it.
season.
Oh,
Because
they
of the-
moved
because
out
of
the bye.
Right, they moved the bye with the Titans or whatever. The Titans had
That was
COVID.
weak to me. That was mad early in the season.
The Steelers always got to move because the other team got COVID. This time was Baltimore
Right.
before with the Titans or whatever like that. It's
Mhm.
not crazy.
Doing it dirty.
Like, everybody
Like-
played get COVID. All right, here's what I think. I think that okay, so not Bush, Dupree, his loss is felt because he was when he was on the field, Watt wouldn't get double teamed as much. So without him on the field, Watt gets more double, and he still get there because Watt's a beast or whatever like that. But he does get more double teams. The running game is horrible. Connor was missing in the game, but the running game got to get better. I feel like they got to do more. They got to air it out a little bit more. All these, like Jeff said in the chat, all these 1 yard fucking passes and hoping that the receiver turns it up. It ain't gonna work every time. And plus, the receivers got to catch the ball. They have 7 drops against the other day, and I think the game before they had like 4 or 5. Every time I turn around, they dropping the ball. I'm like, what the fuck's going on with these dudes? So that's a problem. But coaching, man, I love Tomlin, but yo, he should have kicked the field goal when it was a tie game. It was a 38-yard field goal. Like, bro, I don't know why. Now, only thing I will say, the kicker had I think he had COVID, so they had the kicker off the practice
He was
squad.
out. Yeah, the backup. Yeah.
Yeah, the backup. But still, man, what's the difference? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, it didn't hurt them though. I would agree with you to an extent. If I would agree with, I would.
Oh yeah,
agree with
Dupree,
you
yeah.
only if. No, I would have to disagree with you because he trusts the defense. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, it doesn't hurt them to go for it. They have a defense. It didn't work at the time. They're 11-1.
They've been playing Russian roulette all season anyway. But listen, as far as the passing game, I think that's part of their scheme. Throw the short passes, make the defense come up, and then hit them long.
They don't really hit them long as much.
They
Though.
don't hit them long. Yeah, they don't.
It's just not enough. But they sustain drives to score, so that's what matters.
That's a hard way to score a lot of points. Keep throwing short passes all game, whatever like that. My thing is that I'm looking long term, bro. When I'm defense is beast, but when I watch them, I'm like, can they keep up with the Chiefs if they got to play them in the playoffs? That's what my biggest issue is, stuff like that.
Fully staffed, yeah.
Probably can.
On offense,
they have the ability. They have the ability to get to the rusher, like,
and they can score.
We're still
Shit,
gonna get some stops.
They gonna get to the quarterback unprecedentedly.
I'm not talking about that. I'm saying no, but we're gonna play defense, but can we score enough? Is what my thing is.
They got to get their shit together though on the offensive side of the ball.
The crazy thing is the average team in the NFL right now, like the best teams in the NFL, the offenses are averaging like 27 and up, and then middle of the pack is literally from like 23 to 25. That's still a lot of points. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna slow down in the playoffs though. Games.
Yeah, I know. No, I know, but that's still a lot of points. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all the offense is scoring 25 points.
And also, like y'all said, when you up like 14 or whatever, you got to be able to run the ball, run some clock off and stuff like that. So that's we got to get the running game better. The passing offensive line, great. Yo, Ben don't get touched. He got like 15 sacks on the whole season or whatever. They get sacked 15 times, so he don't get touched. But they're not good at running, like a running good offensive line or whatever like that. So hopefully they got 4 games to get it together. So
is Bouncy done for the year?
No, I don't think he is.
No, I don't think he is. Hopefully he come back. But it was a good win. I do want to turn it around. I want to take nothing away from Washington, though. You know, Alex Smith, since he came in, he might be the comeback player of the year. You know what I mean? He's been playing good and stuff like that. So I don't want to take nothing away from him, too. And that damn McKissick got the backfield, bro. We couldn't cover him to save our fucking. He had like 14 catches, bro.
Logan Thomas. He was a quarterback at Virginia Tech, became a tight end. Now look at him.
It's crazy, man. All right, man. Moving on forward, man. We're all been waiting for it. And the Eagles, stuff like that. And I mean, of course, they lost again. That happens all the time. But the big news was that Wentz was benched during the game, and now Jalen Hurts has been named the starter for next week. The question is this the right move for the Eagles? I'll say Jordan for last. What do you think?
I mean, I've been said they should have probably went with Hurts a while ago, Wentz he's horrible. He's not. They're losing the games regardless. So
Right.
it just came down to the bottom line that they was paying him so much money. It's like, but I guess they're gonna lose these games anyway. They're probably still gonna lose to the Saints, and they're gonna. And then I think the Cardinals, they have a chance against the Cardinals, but we'll see. This is gonna be good experience for Hurts, but it's just against the Saints. So, uh, I think it is a good move to get to, at the end of the day to put in Hurts because I've been said it. And regardless, they're gonna lose those games anyway. So might as well, I guess, Wentz, his confidence is like on. He's not the same player, so you might as well sit him down if you can for the rest of the year and see how, depending on how good Hurts is, and let Hurts play for the rest of the year, and find out what to do with Wentz after.
That's what you think, man.
They gotta move Wentz. You know the story I looked at. You know the scenario I thought about when I thought about the situation. Ryan Tannehill in Miami. Move Ryan Tannehill to Tennessee. Now look at him. So I think it's time to move Wentz. How do you rebuild that guy's confidence? Like, how do you do it? Is it a new coach? Like, what is it? What do you do to make his confidence better? Like, so how do you get that? I just think that at this point, it's time for everybody to, wash hands, separate each other, and, get a fresh start for everybody. I like Hurts, but I don't think he's the future. I saw him take off a lot, which is one of his skills, I guess. He's not really that fast. He's not Kyler Murray fast, but he is mobile and he can throw. He had some bad passes too, but he is a rookie. Like Toby said, let him get this under his belt, get these games in, get his feet wet, really see what you got going into the off season. So, because this is going to be Judgment Day for Howie, and it's going to be Judgment Day for Doug. All three of them. I think they all might be on the block. Howie, Doug, and Carson. So we'll see what happens.
Jordan, a resident Eagle fan.
Yeah. I mean, it's time. He's deserving. He deserves to be able to show what he has. I think he earned that coming into that game against the Packers. Putting them in position to kind of get back into that game with getting that late touchdown. So I think he's earned it. So yeah, he should be the starter. See what he has. In terms of Carson Wentz, you look at it. Ever since the bye week, they've lost 3 straight. They've yet to score 20 points with him being the starter. And before the bye week, right, they were like 3-5-1, I want to say. And those 3 games that they've won, Carson Wentz hasn't played well all season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In terms of the games that they've won, you can actually say, hey, we won because of what he's done and what he did on the field in late games, throwing a touchdown or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the defense as well. After the bye week, he's just literally completely fallen off a cliff. I'm not saying that he hasn't been bad all season, but in terms of after the bye week, it's just been horrific for him. So,
that's what shocked me, that we actually watching this demise right in front of us.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I never thought he was great, but I didn't think he was bad, honestly. So I never thought he'd be the worst quarterback in the league, and that is shocking to me because the boy, he definitely has some skills. But the stuff I hear about in the locker room and stuff like that, I think that's a problem. That's why either him or Doug got to go at the end of the season. Doug don't trust him no more. Go ahead.
I don't know if I'm going to give up on him just yet, and the reason why I say that is because
I didn't say that.
And I'm not trying to don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to compare him to certain other players that have had bad seasons, right? So I'm not trying to compare him to Brett Favre, right? But like Brett Favre, Brett Favre threw 29 interceptions in one fucking season.
After he won 3 straight MVP in the Super Bowl.
He only won 1 Super Bowl though, and they were trash. I'm not trying to compare, but all
MVPs though.
In a row, bro. That's what
Brett Favre was like 35 years old when he did all this, and they were trash. All I'm trying to say is he's 27, right? He'll be 28 going into next year. Mm-hmm. His decision making and his mental is what's fucked up. Physically, he can do the things that I think we've seen him do in the past because physically he hasn't lost anything. It's not like
but here's the thing though, bro. From what I be hearing, like Rex Ryan said today, they hear locker room, he's a know-it-all. He don't want to listen to nobody. I don't think him and Doug gonna work. Now maybe Carson can stay, but Doug can't stay with him.
I said last week, Doug, it's time for you to pack your shit and get out of here.
Or locker room stuff way back when the Fletcher Cox had to come to his. Remember, they was like he was a bad leader, Mike. They was like he bad.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But he came to his defense again, though. He just came to his defense again.
I mean, if it's a fire outside once, if I smell smoke outside, it's a fire out there, bro. Like,
but
come on,
But let me answer the question. I don't think it was good to start Hurts right now. I think you set Hurts up for failure. Me personally, Saints are the best defense in the league and whatnot. Let's be clear. And I just feel like, remember the kid had no OTAs, no preseason, no nothing. Now you throw him into the fire. The team already not that great or whatever. I think you're gonna mess up his confidence right now. So I don't feel like it's good to start him. They should have let Wentz just play it out. Maybe Wentz will play out of it. I don't know, but I think they should have kept Wentz in the game.
They haven't looked any bro. Like I said, after the bye week,
Bro,
they make the playoffs regardless. So what's the point? And then
after the bye week, though,
bro, their offense was just too bad, bro.
Too bad.
It was just too bad, bro. That's what they had. They did. They just had to do something, bro.
So they have to do something.
I got why they did it in the last game or whatever like that. But moving forward, man, like this ain't helping Hurts.
But you have to see what he got, man.
You got to see what he has because you got to make a decision whether you're going to get rid of Wentz. Somebody's about to leave. So they about to figure out who it is. So putting Hurts in there is like, okay, well, we're going to figure out which one of y'all fucked this up and y'all out. So it's either Howie.
So we're going to see what he got against with the Hurt. Look, with the Hurt O-line against the best defense in the league. Now we're going to see what he got as a rookie.
Well,
that ain't fair to him.
To play more games than that. I mean, I feel like this game might be a bad game, but going forward, he should play, he got to play other games.
He carrying the momentum from last game. He just played a whole half.
Maybe.
He makes
I don't let him play.
faster decisions than Carson Wentz. I mean, even some of the throws that he made, it was just he knows where he wants to go and he gets the ball out. Like,
thing is, bro, you can't get rid of Wentz. $60 million against the cap next year, regardless.
Here's what they're gonna spend money anyway. Because if they keep him, they're gonna pay him $60 million over the course of 2 years for him to be ass. So what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna give up $60 million regardless. So you're either gonna give it up right now to get his ass out of there, or you're gonna give him, or y'all gonna be ass for the next 2 years with him, pay him $60 million anyway.
Okay, I hear you. I just feel like I don't know, man, about Hurts, but but either way, I hope it's not an in and out. Like he start this game, Wentz next game. It better be for the rest of the season if they do start him or whatever like that.
Doug will get fired for sure if that's the case.
Yeah. Doug gonna get fired regardless.
He is, but he might not make it to week 17 if that's the case. Like,
I honestly, like with this decision, there's no way him and Carson can both come back. It's not. It can't happen. Like,
can't even bring Carson back this season. This is one of those where you got to turn the page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, like we said, one of them is out of here. So this is the defining moment to see whose fault this was.
One of who?
And it'll be Peterson. They're gonna bring on Peterson.
One of who is out of here? Who are you talking about?
I'm saying one out of those three, Wentz, Doug, and Howie. One out of those three are leaving. And
I think the whole thing is done.
The decision to start Hurts is trying to evaluate who fucked this up. So more than likely, they're going to point the finger at Doug Peterson. Because
it's crazy though. He won a Super Bowl 3 years ago. So that is crazy to fire right now.
But everything adds up and it comes back to him. And
typical Eagle style, they're going to give him an extra year because of COVID season. Watch.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised.
The whole thing. Watch.
Doug and listen, bro. Doug and Carson, they can't come back together, bro. I'm telling you.
I think it's over, bro. Because look, they looked the same last year. The only difference was Carson Wentz. So that saved Doug. That didn't put Doug in any sort of speculation or on the hot seat. Right. So now they look the same as last year, but now Wentz is worse. Oh yeah, Doug, we got to look at you. What's going on?
We're gonna see, man. So I mean, it's funny because it's like Hurts and Taysom Hill almost the same players. We're gonna see how that works out. I mean, listen, you be hating on
Hill run better. Hill's bigger. I like Hill better.
I don't know if Hill run better, bro.
He does. He
over
does.
Hurts.
Faster.
I think Hill's better.
He faster. Yeah.
Definitely
and bigger.
He's a little bigger.
Take more hits.
And he don't throw it better, bro. I
He
don't know.
definitely don't throw
Jalen Hurts got a nice little spiral. He got a nice little arm, but we'll see.
He did throw a horrible sideline pass at the end of the game. Dude was sitting wide
Bro,
on,
he
like,
was his first
overthrew him.
game, like throwing to the fire at the end of the game, bro. Come on,
It was
man.
like fourth quarter. He had already had a quarter and a half.
Yeah, he already had a touchdown.
Nah, bro, it's his first game, bro.
I know that's how you evaluate folks on one half. Like, Jeffy killing me, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's a quarter, a quarter,
Win the game.
a quarter.
He has to win the game. He threw a shitty ball.
I mean, he did.
Shitty ball. He
I'm
threw
just-
a Wentz ball. Okay.
Huh?
He threw a Wentz ball.
Anyway, we're gonna move on forward, man. And speaking of, let's talk about Jeff and his team, the Raiders.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And the Raiders escape with the last second TD victory against the Jets. The sorry Jets, as I wrote here. So is this a good sign or a bad sign for the Raiders for the close victory? Jordan, what do you think? I'll let you go first.
Yeah, why? Like, we don't need to conversate about this. I mean, you see what the fuck they did to the defensive coordinator. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was, I couldn't believe that shit.
They
Like,
did a zero blitz.
and
Greg Williams, that's what he do though. Greg Williams,
He
know that.
does.
Yeah.
But bro, they said that is the first all-out blitz that they have seen all season under 30 seconds, 3 whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was no one's ever done that.
Yeah, I heard the call came from up top, so they keep the number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one's ever done that. So, but you know, the Jets are. I mean, the one thing about them is you can say, man, like they're fighting. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they suck. And this is and around this time of the year is when those teams, those bad teams, you know, they come out to play. They come out with some pride. They come out fighting. Raiders, you know, they fought them. There was a terrible call at the end, and Raiders lucked out. They got the W. That's all it was.
All right, I'm gonna get back to you, Toby. I'll say Jeff for last. His team. What do you think, Toby?
I mean, there's really nothing much to it. Just the Jets. They tried to lose that game. They fired him. It was a dumb play. He was wide open. All out blitz. The Raiders. They're not that good. I don't know what's going on with them. They fooled us, you know, so far when it comes to this. They went, you know, down to the wire with the Jets, and they're trying to make the playoffs. So I don't know. Right now I don't see them as a contender.
I don't know. Maybe it's two hot cities. The Atlanta, they went to New York. Maybe they was out in the mix. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
New York has 0 wins.
I mean, you're right. It might be nightlife.
Right, might be nightlife. You never know.
I mean, look, you know, like I said, I've been telling you all season, we're just not ready this season. You know, Derek Carr that pass is what I've been saying he should be doing all year. Like, just throw it the rugs and let him go get it. You know what I'm saying? You got Waller. Waller gave you 13 catches for 200 yards. That's a terrible sign for us that it came down to a last play against the Jets and we're trying to fight for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's indicative of basically who we are. We're a mediocre team, middle of the pack. And the Jets are the bottom of the barrel, and we let them hang around. I mean, the Steelers lost to the Washington Red football team, too. I mean, it's not like everybody got upset this week. So it wouldn't have kind of been shocking. The Browns smacked the Titans, doing 40 on them from the beginning. So it's a bad sign, though. I'm waiting to see these first-round draft picks that we got on defense materialize into something. Arnett, the bull Mullen, he had an interception. Crosby, Clellan on the line. Like, when these guys going, is it next year that we going to form into a top defense or a good defense? Because the defense is terrible. Jacobs wasn't there. I could respect that. And he's our bell cow. We could have went to him, but I mark my record. Next year, Raiders going to win the division.
The division that got the Chiefs in it?
The one the one where we beat the Chiefs this year and we took them to okay. Yeah, we're gonna win the division next year.
What y'all think about that? What he says that?
It's a bold fucking prediction.
Bad take.
We already beat the team that's winning the division once this year, and we almost beat them twice.
With Derek Carr?
Bold
Yes.
prediction. That's a bold prediction.
With the same quarterback?
You sound like me.
If we beating the Chiefs this year and we taking them to the wire this year, why not? Division games are always tough, right?
They're 7-5.
Huh?
Because they're 7-5.
Yeah, I mean we beat the Chiefs already.
They're 11-1 right now, bro. I mean, but they have 11 wins. Like, I don't think y'all gonna go next year. I don't think you guys will going 11
The
and 5.
division is rough. I mean, that division will be nice next year.
That division gonna be the same. It's gonna be us and the Chiefs.
Who else is in the division again?
The
Chargers and the
Broncos.
two young,
Chargers, Broncos.
two young,
Oh, come on.
two young.
They're quarterback away too. Broncos are quarterback away too.
Yeah, Drew Lock is nice. Stop.
Okay, you see that record?
I don't think Drew Lock is not.
Drew
I
Lock,
don't think he's nice either.
I don't think he's
Terrible to me.
he's got to get his mind right.
Yeah, you're right. He's a little immature. And I mean, look, Justin Herbert is the only threat, and I think if Anthony Lynn stays at the Chargers, I don't think they're good enough.
They're getting him out of here, bro. He's getting out of here.
First season, ain't it?
Bro, that's not his first season.
It's like his third season with them.
Bro, and he had Justin Herbert, and they have like how many wins?
He's gonna
out
stay.
of here, bro.
He's gonna stay.
But they're firing. Watch.
He's gonna stay.
He might get fired.
Let's see what record. How many wins they have right now? Let's see what they end with. What?
4.
They have 3 wins.
They have
Are they gonna end with like 4-3 wins? That's hideous.
He's gonna stay.
Fired. If he don't get to 5 or 6 wins, they're not staying. He's not staying. He got to win 3 games.
That's interesting though.
How many wins he got?
Who? Lynn?
3.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Hey, I don't think he gets fired. I think they lost a lot of real close games too. I remember at the beginning he had the whole thing.
They be blowing leads, bro. They be having the big leads and be losing.
This year.
And then they just lost 45-0 at the crib.
They've given up more points. They only scored 277 points this season.
Bro, 445-0 at the crib. 45-0. I want to ask, when's the last time you guys ever seen that? Let's be real. When was the last time you seen anything like that? 45-0. When's the last time you see something like that? You can't.
Smacked around like that all the time.
45-0? Okay. I remember the last time I seen that.
I mean, it is a Drilling, I see that. I mean, it is a rookie. It is a rookie quarterback, but this is about the Raiders, man. So aren't the Raiders missing the big ass lineman, like 6'8", 250 or whatever?
2 of them.
Yeah. But one of them like the biggest player in the NFL, so that's hard for them. Like Jeff said, the defense is not that great. Honestly, it's like up and down. They like playing spurts, but they're really not that great. The running game, they need that. They like Jacobs be a beast for them, so I think they need that. I thought this year might be the year where they kind of cross over, but it might be next year. Not to win the damn division, hell no. But it might be next year to where they kind of at least make the playoffs and show they kind of sort of contender. But the question, like Jeff said, is going to be about Carr. I mean, that was a great pass, but also the zero blitz, so fucking Jordan can make that pass. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, he did a jump throw. I was like, yo, he could have got hurt. Like, what's wrong with him? Listen, right? We got the Chargers, the Broncos.
I got an arm.
The rest of the way.
I mean, it was basically the pitch and catch with that pass. Basically, it wasn't even, you know what I mean, zero blitz.
We got the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Dolphins. We can get in the playoffs this year.
I mean,
you heard me, Mike?
What's that?
I said, what you trying to say? I got a nice arm. I throw about 50.
You're right.
That's like who you got? You play the Colts next?
We got the Colts, the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Broncos.
I go out there right now, throw it 50.
Yeah, I gotta show something against the Colts.
I put money on that.
You can put money on that. I'm tossing that thing.
50?
50?
I'm tossing
that, bro.
Nigga, stop playing.
I swear to God.
You don't know Nerf football 50?
Nigga, I can throw a regular football 50. You
NFL size football? I don't think so, bro. That's
say anything. We gonna have to chill.
Go ahead and go outside and record it. We be waiting.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
When it get warm again, we gonna go to the field.
Yeah,
hey, we're gonna have a whole day, huh? Basketball, football, might throw some baseball in there.
Y'all supposed to play the game, man. So wait on that shit.
Got you.
This meeting might. I don't know so much.
Yeah, say timer, Mike. 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on that right now, but we'll keep it going while I'm working on that. Moving on forward, man. I don't know what they'll happen, but moving on forward. Speaking of that game, Patriots steamroll the Chargers 45-0. So we're gonna talk about the Chargers a few minutes ago. How about the Patriots, man? Has Cam done enough? They won like 5 out of 6 for the Pats to at least bring them back next season. Sure thing.
Wow.
Jeff, why don't you start on that?
Yeah. No. I think this 1 year marriage is over at the end of this. Cam Red, COVID, man. COVID just messed everything up, man. Like this whole COVID season, like this was Cam's potential to get a new deal. And I just don't, he can't throw the ball, man. He's not an accurate thrower. He never has been. His decision making is bad at times. He's late getting to the receivers. He's late coming off the assignments, going to the next receiver. If Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels couldn't fix that, like I don't know how many touchdowns Cam had last, like passing, not running.
It's not much. It's
Like he might have under 10 passing touchdowns this season.
I think it is. I think it is. It's like a 9 or 10.
Terrible.
It's
like 5 or 6. But
terrible,
I mean,
bro.
he missed a game or two. He didn't have OTAs,
Horrible.
everything else, whatever like that.
Horrible.
But anyway,
bro, he got 5 touchdowns this season, 9 picks. That's not going to get you bought back, baby.
We're gonna talk about it. You talk. Well, go ahead.
He's not coming back. I think that's over, man. I think that's over. I don't know where he'll end up. No matter if he ain't get a job this year to the end, Cam might be done. Him and Kaepernick might be working out together next year.
Can't even put them in the same sense.
I'm talking about working out. They both ain't in the league. What I'm saying, neither one of them are. I mean, because Cam is terrible. 5 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 2,000 passing yards, 80 passive. You know what I'm saying? Like he's terrible, man. He's terrible.
Cam may better than Cam right now, but
Kaepernick ain't played in like 3 years, 4 years, bro. Like, are you crazy?
Oh, what you think, man?
I don't know what the Patriots are gonna do because like, what quarterback are they gonna bring on their team? I mean, the quarterbacks they have on the roster right now, I think Cam is the best out of them. The other two suck too. But Cam, yeah, like Jeff said, I mean, Cam is honestly horrible. It's like one of the worst quarterback play I've seen. But he gets rushing touchdowns, so it's like they get wins, you know. And it's the Patriots, and they have a okay defense. But you're not gonna win you're not gonna win the big games playing like that. Like he 5 touchdowns, bro. That's ugly. So yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't bring him back next season. If he came back, I'll be surprised because I'll be like, what are they trying to do? You know, he'll probably be a backup. I don't know if he's going to be a starter again, starting in the league.
All right. What's your thoughts on Cam? Repeat the question. If they won 45-0, they won 5 out of the last 6 games, and he also missed the game because of COVID. What are your thoughts on him maybe coming back next season?
I mean, I think he should come back. They don't have any other options on the roster. They're not going to be, you know, in the top 10 or 15 picks to maybe go get a guy who they can say is a franchise quarterback for them. So, you know, he deserves to get another shot. He's a former MVP. He took a team to the Super Bowl. And you guys talking about he's got 5 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. He's 3rd in the NFL in rushing touchdowns, okay? So that's how – so he's making an impact somehow, some way because – you know, he's scoring somehow, some way. So we're gonna keep him. COVID has been bad for them. The COVID has been bad for the Patriots. They don't have their full team, especially on the defensive side of the football, and the style that they want to play. That defensive side of the football, you know, it matters to the style that they want to play.
They still play good defense.
Cam Newton's not going to throw.
Still play good defense, though.
I was going to say, Cam Newton's not going to throw 15, 20-plus touchdowns anymore.
You need that. You need something. You need
15. He can't throw 15?
Listen, he's 3rd in the NFL. He's 3rd in the NFL in rushing touchdowns.
He's a running back.
He's completed more percent of his passes than fucking Carson Wentz. So if Carson Wentz is still on somebody's bench, Cam Newton should be on somebody's bench. Period.
That's because Carson Wentz is tied to a lot of money.
I agree on their bench.
It doesn't matter because what else do they have that you can go and get? This is a former MVP who took his team to the Super Bowl. And it's been an off season for everybody. So if you can sit there and say that Carson Wentz is still on the NFL team, you can sit there and say Baker Mayfield's still on the NFL team, which Baker's been playing pretty decent recently.
He disrespectful.
He did. I'm like, Baker Mayfield.
Cam Newton.
But we'll get there. We'll get to Baker, though.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, okay? Drew
He's
Lock,
done, too.
The players that you guys are pointing out, Derek Carr, if they all deserve to be on a football team, Cam Newton's better than all of them. Cam Newton's better than all of them.
Go ahead, Jeff. You got a rebuttal, Jeff?
First of all, Cam Newton is not better than Derek Carr.
Cam Newton is an MVP, actually a former MVP.
Passer rating in the NFL this season, bro. And he has over 20 touchdowns.
No, he doesn't, bro.
Like, don't disrespect my guy like that, bro.
He's top 5, but he ain't the number.
You gotta make a list. How many?
He's like he's like one of the top passer rating quarterbacks in the league, bro. For season completion percentage and passer rating.
But bro, Cam Newton deserves a lot more credit. He deserves a lot more credit. He should get another chance. They don't have any other options. And you're talking about they're winning games. They're 5-6, and he has 5 passing touchdowns. So don't give me that. He's not going to. He's not going to allow you with his arm. We all know this. If they can win games with him running for touchdowns, it doesn't matter.
The Bills in the division.
What does it
And
matter?
the Miami Dolphins coming up.
Derek Carr is 8th in the league in passer rating at 104.1 behind Rodgers, Mahomes, Reed, Watson, Russell, Tannehill, Allen.
Bro, he's not.
Don't disrespect my guy like that, bro.
He's not leading the league in passer rating, bro.
Don't disrespect my guy like that. He got more than 5 touchdowns. I'll tell you that.
That's fine, but they both about to miss the playoffs.
You coming for you want to smoke today, bro?
Cam Newton won an MVP. Come on, man.
Look, man. And Derek Carr was in the MVP race in 2016. He was top 5 MVP like Carson Wentz was.
They ain't win. Go ahead, Mike.
Yo, you guys are funny, bro. So it's a lot, man. Honestly, it's a hard take, man. And one end, I look at it like, again, like everybody else, like Jordan said, he had OTAs preseason. It's a new offense, stuff like that. Then the COVID, because before COVID, he was kind of playing a little bit before he got COVID, I should say, and whatnot. Then he got COVID. Then he missed a game that they didn't win and stuff like that. And then, we don't know how the first couple games after COVID, they still have symptoms. We don't know how this shit works, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot with that too. I think you give him one more season, man. They ain't got a lot of options, like Jordan said. They ain't got a lot of money. They really got no weapons. So, I mean, who the hell are you throwing the ball to? Jacoby and Myers or whatever the fuck? Like, come on, it's crazy. Then they got, like I said, half of the defense gone, but defense still ball. Imagine when the defense come back next year, the ones that opted out. And they put him with Gilmore and the rest of them and stuff like that. It's gonna be crazy. And I think they got a style. Now maybe McDaniel's got to change up a little bit. Do more of be more like old boy in Baltimore or whatever. Like run more of the the run style. Fucking Lamar had 100 yards last night. You know what I mean? Like passing.
And you can't dismiss the fact that this man is third. He's a quarterback and he's third in the NFL in rushing touchdowns. We can't dismiss this. We can't overlook that stat.
I would give him one more season for $1 million, and that's what I would say. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if the other option, like the integral rookies after Sunshine, and then and then anybody in the to pick up off the street. You know what I mean? To pick up Fitzpatrick.
That's what I was ready to say. He better get Fitzpatrick.
Derek Carr is completing 68% of his passes. Cam Newton is completing 67%. So what are we talking about?
Bro,
what are we talking
about? He got 2,000 yards.
Bro, it doesn't matter.
And 5 passing touchdowns. Derek Carr got 23 passing touchdowns.
That's okay. They run a totally different style of offenses. That's okay.
Come on, man.
Cam Newton, and would anybody sit here before this year and say that Derek Carr is a better quarterback than Cam Newton?
Based on last year?
Probably say that to me.
Cam was ass last year.
Overall, career-wise, Cam Newton's a better player. So let's just not even go here.
Numbers-wise, he doesn't have better numbers than Derek Carr.
This man won a MVP. And they took his team to the Super Bowl. The team was even that fucking good.
That Panthers team was actually pretty solid. The defense was like top 5.
The defense was great, but their offense was trash. He was their offense, totally.
They led the league in rushing. They had like 3.
Because of him.
And Greg Olsen was nice, bro. I'm sorry.
Nice. They had Jonathan Stewart. They had D'Angelo Williams.
Now listen. Cut that shit out right now. Because the only reason why they were relevant was because of him.
Bro, they had 2. I think they both had.
Greg Olsen won the top 3 tight end at the time. Greg Olsen was nice.
That's the only player he had to throw the ball to. I'm not.
Okay. I got you. I agree with that part. He ain't had no receivers or whatever.
Ain't nobody. He was the only reason why they won games. Period. Like.
I would give him one more year because it ain't gonna cost you but $1 million something or whatever like that, and let him get the defense back, maybe a couple more weapons, maybe draft a rookie running back, like receiver or something like that, and see what he can do. I'll give him another year.
And Mike, this is coming from the two people who, when we was working, said that Russell Wilson was better than Cam Newton. So, and that's clearly.
Where's the lie at? Russell Wilson is not better than Cam Newton.
Bro, y'all said Cam Newton was better than Russ.
Maybe that 1 year.
No, Mike. Oh my God.
Wait, let me just address this 2015 Super Bowl team. Right, they had 5 All Pros, first team All Pros.
A defense.
but they had 3 on defense. They had Cam and the tight end, but they had 4 offensive people that went to the Pro Bowl. Cam, Jonathan Stewart, Greg Olson, and 2 offensive linemen.
And the center.
Wide receivers, they were trash, but like you said, Greg Olson, 77 catches, 1104, and 7 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? And Jonathan Stewart ran for 989 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a touchdown in the air.
Now go
So,
look
and
at
the
Cam
defense
Newton's
was
numbers.
top 5. They
Now
had
go
Luke
look at Cam Newton's numbers, and then tell me, wasn't he carrying the load?
Cam Newton had 3,800 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 10 rushing touchdowns. The only reason he won because he had the 10
He had 45 touchdowns.
We know the 10 rushing touchdowns is why he won the chip, when he won the MVP. And yes, he didn't
15 and 1 that year. I think that played a part. I think it was like
What?
15 and 1. How many
Well,
losses?
They went
15 and
15-1, but I'm saying he had a proficient season, but he hasn't been the same since. His hangover.
That was a long time ago,
Eric
bro.
Carr's been the same since he was considered an MVP in 2016? No.
He's had some years
Better
where
than
he
Cam
looked
Newton, though.
a lot better than Cam Newton. Cam's ass, man. Stop playing.
Yeah,
They
he's trash.
y'all was the ones screaming he was better than fucking.
I don't remember that, bro. You need receipts.
I need receipts for that.
Yo, you don't remember this shit?
I remember the conversation. I don't remember who said what. I don't know if it was Ravi. Ravi was there too. I don't remember who was there.
I was arguing with y'all because I was saying Russell Wilson.
All right, man. We'll keep it on 2020, man. Let's talk about. Let's move on forward, man, to next conversation about the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. That's a good segue, and how the Giants actually beat them and whatnot. And the Giants are still winning games. I actually said the Giants can still win with Colt McCoy. I just want to say that or whatever. But moving on forward, moving about this topic or whatever, how impressive was that? And what's going on with the Seahawks still? Jeff, what do you think, man? So.
The Seahawks, yeah, they started hot, cooled off, man. You know, it's the NFL. When teams get tape on what you do, they find out ways to stop it. Now, Russell Wilson was on the tear at the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? But teams got tape on that shit, and it's a wrap. Like, that defense isn't any good, so he didn't have anybody to keep giving him the ball over and over and over again. You know, the team is solely relying on him, Lockett, and DK Metcalf. Chris Carson been out, in and out all season. He ain't been who he was last year at all. So the running game is really not there. The defense is terrible. And, you know, Pete Carroll is so full of himself. Like, he be doing some shit that I make me be like, yo, you disrespecting the other coach right now, man. So I think that the Seahawks just went through what they went through. Their division is major tough, too. You got the Rams, the 49ers. They might be ass, but they still fight every night. You got the Cardinals with Kyler, and then you got the Seahawks. So, I mean, they're in a tough division, man. Honestly, we talked about this on the show before, that might be the toughest division in the NFL when Jimmy G was there. But it's not really panning out. Jimmy G's gone, but Kyler's showing up, and the Rams are actually playing really well with the coach whisperer. So, you know, it's just how it is. I think the Seahawks may get in the playoffs, but they may not.
What about the Giants? Wait, Jordan. How about the Giants? What do you think about them?
I like the Giants. I had a lot of faith in Daniel Jones coming into the season. Honestly, I was just really on some nut shit because I was just like, yo, he deal with Peyton Manning and he went to the coach and, you know, that Peyton Manning and Eli Manning used. So I just thought he was just going to be the next great thing. Losing Saquon was a major loss. So you got to remember that. They really, truly don't have a number one receiver. After OBJ, Sterling Shepard never been it. The other guy has never been it either. They just don't have a number one receiver for Daniel Jones. Saquon's gone. I mean, and I feel bad really because they could have won that division. They could. Are they in the runnings to win this division still?
Yes.
It's like leading, aren't they?
I think
If the New York Giants get the playoffs,
they're in first place.
Yeah, first place. Yeah. Right
this season is crazy, man.
Jordan, what do you think about the Giants and the Seahawks, man?
I mean, listen, I'm honestly not surprised. The Giants are a top 10 defense, period. And they've been a top 10 defense all season. People have been sleeping. They're top 10 in yards per game. I think they're top 10 in points allowed, top 5 in turnovers. And they're actually, they're actually the second best team in the NFL and pinning you down in inside your own 20 in terms of, which is very important. So, and then their linebacker, Blake Martinez, is second in the NFL in tackles.
He got hurt this year.
They have a good
hurt last week.
He got hurt?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he got out long term, but he did get nicked up. Had to come out the game for a little bit.
But yeah, so they have a good defense. So if you have a good defense, and if you have a good defense in November and December, defense travels. So if you have a good defense and you can travel because defense travels, you can beat anybody who lines up against you. So I'm not shocked. They don't have a running game. Seattle has no running game, and they've demanded Russell to throw the ball 30 times a game.
Terrible offensive line too.
Yeah, so not shocked at all. They'll get into the playoffs, but they'll probably be either one and done or win a game and be out. See, in terms of the Seahawks, the Giants, I mean, they might be able to make some noise. Depends who they play.
Mm.
Uh, one and done. Wow. All right. Toby, what you think about the game and Giants Seahawks?
I don't know. The Seahawks just look bad. I don't know what's going on with them. Russell Wilson is not the same player at all. The Giants do have a great defense. I didn't think they was going to win because Colt McCoy was starting at quarterback. So I'm like, there's no way they're not winning this game.
Daniel Jones didn't play.
He got bad hammy.
But they ran the ball down their throats. The Gallman had 131 yards.
I didn't know
Gallman,
there was that. I didn't know there was that. I know he was all right, but I didn't know. Well, the Seahawks have a trash defense, so let me just whatever.
Gallman is
That might explain that, but yeah, he's solid. He's solid. But I don't know what's going on with the Seahawks. I don't really see them as a huge threat, but some people still believe in them when it comes to the playoffs because everybody loves Russell Wilson. And the Giants, that was a clutch win. That was a clutch win for the Giants to stay in the running to win the division. Then the Redskins, they had their clutch win too, so it's going to be between them two. I don't know who's going to win the division, but they have a great defense, and you need defense. Defense win championships, so they have, that division is going to be almost theirs going forward.
You know what's funny, man? I think Jeff said on the early show that the NFC East they never have back-to-back winners of the division. Yeah. It's always a new winner, like the last 6 years, something like that. And it's gonna happen again this year. The Eagles won it last year, so it's crazy. We all should have thought the Eagles weren't gonna win it, right? Because it follows the trend. The Giants, well, I think. See, I never said about Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy is not a horrible quarterback. The reason why he still got a job to me or whatever like that. He can give you a couple games if your quarterback gets hurt, and that's what he does. Like. He's not a starter. We know that already. But he can win a game, like I talked about last week. Gallman been nice for the last like eight weeks, low key. Like Gallman is not bad at all. Like honestly, like go ahead, George.
No. I was saying he's good. I agree.
Yeah. He's good. Evan Ingram, people forget about him. He's nice too, actually. Now he's sometimes not consistent enough to me, but he tried to come around and stuff like that. He's a mismatch. And so with the Seahawks, man, listen, man. They gotta stop letting Russ cook because he's messing up them meals. They gotta do something different a little bit. And I told y'all I don't want to say it, but Russ be distracted all the time.
This is also another game for him. 2+ turnovers. He threw a pick. He had a fumble. Crucial time.
His fall off from the first 5-6 games to now is crazy, bro. Like I've never seen nothing like this. He went from like projecting to be like 58 touchdowns after like 5 games to like 35 or 36, like some crazy shit or whatever like that, and all the crazy turnovers. But he doing more stuff outside of football. But I don't want to go there or whatever like that. But I know how this thing go. But Pete Carroll, man, I don't know, man. Like it's crazy. Like sometimes he like outsmart himself or outthink himself or whatever like that. And that's not good. They got to work. They got Metcalf now. He in there. Russ got his money. They got Lockett. They got to work on really solidifying the defense over the next couple seasons or whatever like that. And they're gonna never be Legion of Boom good, but they got to at least try to get a little bit more solid than what they are. And
pass rush. That's what they need.
They need a pass rush, yeah. Stuff like that. I will say that. So yeah, I could see them getting there still, but. I mean, and with Russ, you can always win because, you never know Russ, you know what I mean? But same time, I can see them being one and done once again, which to me is crazy after starting out so good and so well. That's an indictment against Russ and Pete Carroll to me. I'm sorry to say it. So
they 8-4. I mean, and they got some winnable games. They got the Jets next. They got the Washington football team, the 49ers, and the Rams left. So, I mean, they're going to get in. Look, when that calendar turned to the postseason, bro, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. Anything can happen. Cinderella could be waiting to put her shoe on. So we'll see.
Their defense ain't gonna change in the postseason, bro. I'm sorry.
Right.
So I'm gonna go up against guys like Rodgers and Breeze. People forget Breeze coming back or whatever like that. Like it's gonna be a problem or whatever. So that's all I gotta say. And then listen, they get Breeze back in New Orleans as good as that defense is playing. Oh man, that is a problem.
The defense was terrible at the beginning of the season too. Like what they go on cocaine now? Like
I don't know what's
terrible.
What happened. All right, moving on forward, man. We were talking about earlier about Baker. And the Browns do beat the Titans behind 4 TDs from Baker. It's time to start taking, and they're 9-3. Who would have thought, right? But it's time to start taking the Browns seriously right now. Jordan, what you think, man?
Yeah, I think I said that in a couple shows. I said it's time to start taking them serious. I said it. It's time to start taking them serious. They got the formula. They got 2 all-pro running backs. They don't even need to throw the ball, and that's what they're doing. You feel me? They're feeding them. They're getting Jarvis involved. Defense is not too great, but they can play. They can rush the passer. They got 2 good pass rushers. They got Myles Garrett. They got a decent corner and Denzel Ward. So if their defense can travel in the playoffs, if they have to go on the road, we know a run game travels. So as long as their defense holds up and Baker Mayfield doesn't lose them any games by throwing any interceptions or anything like that, they'll be nice. So I think they're for real because their formula is a simple, solid, archaic maybe that you can say formula, but that works. I mean, that works. So they're the number 1 rushing team in the NFL. So
yeah, and I mean, they're not actually just running and throwing a little bit. I mean, Baker had 300 yards the other day. You know what I'm saying? So
For some reason, Mike, you got you
I
on the show
know.
too.
I had to think, but go ahead, Jeff. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the Browns are real. It's crazy the Browns gonna keep the Ravens out the playoffs. I'm just calling that for my cell phone. Like, Baker is he a game manager? But he did have a breakout game, which is good, and he's due for that. I mean, he's a talented dude. Let's not get it twisted. This week was this week 13. This was just a bad luck week for a lot of teams. The Tennessee Titans, they got what I'm saying, they got what they did. The Raiders almost lost. We should have won. The Steelers took an L. What's the name? The teams just lost. I like, and like Jordan said, I like that about the Browns, that they got that dual running back threat, so they can control the game and control the clock. Baker does a lot of rolling out, play action, going deep, rolling out. They got some solid tight ends, real serviceable. They do got Juice still, you know what I'm saying? He's solid. They also got some other players that just be popping up. I think that is T. Higgins on that team. Yeah,
Rashard
Higgins.
Yeah. It's Rashard Higgins.
Not Rashard Higgins,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, they have players that show up every week. What'll be interesting to see is how they bring back OBJ, and if they do, and does he fit into this? Because he's not going to see a lot of plays. You got Chubb getting 20 plus carries. You got Hunt getting 10, 15 plus carries, and Hunt getting catches. It's just going to get better. But I like the Browns this year. They're a sneaky, quiet, scary team. Like Jordan said, got Myles Garrett, so you got some sort of pass rush. You know what I'm saying? And this season is up for grabs, man. I just don't know what will happen. I don't know who's going to be what, who's going to do what. It's just up for grabs.
Tell me your thoughts.
The Browns, I mean, they have a 9-3 record, right? So they got to be taken serious, 9-3, that's an impressive record. But, I mean, depending on who they play in the first round, they might get out of here. I don't believe in Baker. And this is a formula, but when it comes down to it, the quarterback to me, matters the most. So I believe in Baker, but, their defense isn't that great either. They give up a lot of points. So that running stuff, you get a lot of yards, but you can still lose the game because your defense don't get stops. And Baker is, he's still Baker to me. That was a good game, but we need to get that more consistently.
See, I disagree, man. I think Baker is turning the corner, man. He about to get paid too, him and Josh Allen. But I think Baker's turning the corner. I don't think he's bad. And I think the Browns are classic addition by subtraction. I think OBJ being gone actually helped the Browns. I think, him and Jarvis boys, but they both really number ones. Be honest with you, stuff like that. They might be 1 and 1A, but they both. What you think? They're both number ones.
Let's say 1A.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Landry's a number one.
He on one, bro.
He was
I
a one
don't.
in Miami for a
They
while.
were playing good with OBJ. Remember, they weren't force feeding him the ball anyway. They were spreading it around. He would have his games.
Nah, he had a lot of complaints, bro, stuff like that. I
Because
just
he want to
think
be
that
force fed.
I know he want to be, but that's my point. I just think that without him, they were focused. The running game, it did help getting Chubb back, of course, obviously. The defense, I think it's a little better than Toby thinks it is. And I think Baker, again, if he'll make the mistake, they can be good, bro. Now, are they would have been the Super Bowl? No. But who thought they would be 9-3 either? Stuff like that. So, and also think about it, man.
I
Baker
mean,
had
people.
I think he
No,
had
go
4
ahead, finish.
coaches and 4 OCs in 3 years, something like that. Like, so, if he can get somebody, have somebody solid, like you say, like Kyler with Cliff or Goff with McVay. If a young quarterback can get a coach and they work together, it's better than having 3 or 4 coaches in your first 3 years, stuff like that. So I feel like, he's about to get paid anyway. And I feel like they might be in the hunt for the next 2 years, honestly.
Stefanski is a good
His
dude.
completion
He's comparing Kirk Cousins and got Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? He had him playing well last year.
I'll say his completion percentage sucks. His completion percentage sucks.
I mean, 21 touchdowns.
Right. I mean, he's
21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
7 picks.
Yeah, it ain't
bad. It's good. It's good numbers. It's good numbers. He had two crazy games. This is like his second game for 4+ touchdowns, I think. Because didn't he have one with 5 touchdowns this year?
No, this is the only game over 3. Oh yeah, he did against Cincinnati on the 25th. 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Cincinnati though.
So like, I don't know. But the crazy thing is though, like you say, who would have ever expected the Browns to be 9-3? But this is what we expected them to be last year.
True.
You feel me? This is what we expected them to be last year. So it's like this is what they were supposed to be last year in terms of being a competitive and good football team. You know what I'm saying? They
changed
the coach.
No, I mean you changed the coach. You're right.
They have the winning. They have the winning formula, so they have an easy formula. Like running the ball can take you anywhere you want to go.
That's true.
So if nobody can stop the run, they can't be beat. If you can't stop them running the ball, you can't beat them.
That's true. Going back to the Eagles, who don't run the ball enough. You're right. So same thing and whatnot. All right, moving on forward past the Browns, man. Speaking of Kyler and Cliff, and after their hot start, they lose again. So are their playoff chances shot at this point? Jeff, what you think, bro?
Yeah, they're done. They're gonna be competitive. They're gonna make some noise as far as they are. They 6-6. Other teams are 2 games ahead already. They're done. I mean, but look, it's not bad though. This organization is rebuilding. They're building with Kyler. So were we expecting him to come out the gates and be, year 2 and light it up like that? We wanted to, but we didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? But at 6-6 at this point, it's over for them now. You can hang this up. You got 2 teams in the division that's 8-4, the Rams, and you got the Seahawks in the division 8-4, both of them. And it's just not enough room to catch game because the Rams and the Seahawks only play each other once, and the Seahawks have 2 other games against losing teams. So they're bound to really kind of get where they're going. And the Seahawks got a game against the 49ers. So, yeah, the Cardinals are done.
All right, Jordan, what you think, bro?
I have to disagree. I said this I said this last week. They got the Rams again, right? So we talked about last week. We talked about those other bubble teams that were gonna, give them the fight, which was Minnesota and San Fran. Well, San Fran lost. Minnesota won. Now I said Minnesota and San Fran was either gonna go 1-4 or 2-3, and I said that the Cardinals were either gonna go 2-3. Or 1-4,
3-2, or 1-4,
or 3-2. Excuse me, 3-2. No, you're right, Mike.
All right.
So if they get 2 more wins, they got 1 up on both them teams, regardless. So they got to win 2 more games. Period.
The Cardinals?
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen, bro.
They
got a favorable.
Yeah.
So next they got the Giants, the Eagles, and then the 49ers, but they end at the Rams, and the Rams are already 2 games.
Those 3 games are all winnable.
Bro, they're still gonna they can still make the playoffs. That doesn't matter.
Still make the playoffs.
They can still make the playoffs.
So they
have to fight between San Fran and Minnesota. So that's why I
don't think they can make the playoffs. I'm gonna give you 6 teams. I think that's gonna make, right. I think the Seahawks and the Rams gonna make. Then you got a division winner from the East, then you got the Packers, but then you got the Saints and the Buccaneers.
Bro,
This-
but bro, they would be the 7th team. The Cardinals would be the 7th team.
Seventh,
All right.
bro. They would probably get.
I mean,
next.
I don't. All right. I mean, I don't
Toby.
think the Cardinals are
I
better than the
expect them to
Vikings.
get over on San Fran and Minnesota strictly because of schedule.
So what you think, bro?
I think it's still close. Minnesota's in front of them right now in my standings that I see, but they have the same record. But they have a chance to still making it because they play some winnable games. They have to play better though, and they have to. The game against the Giants is going to say a lot. Let's say they beat the Giants. That would be an impressive win. Now you see the Giants just beat the Seahawks, but anything could happen. So that's going to be a game that they should try to win. They're going to be in there. It's going to be close. I don't know if I'm not going to say they're not going to make it because I feel like they have a good chance to make it.
They're better than
Nice.
I mean,
You know what? I think that it shouldn't have came to this. They at one point they were like 6-3 or 5-3 and stuff like that. So I feel like that the fact that they started losing like that, is not good. I don't know. I know Kyler had the shoulder injury and stuff like that, so that might have started playing a part a little bit. But they definitely like something stopped clicking for them. They were clicking at first and whatnot, and I don't know what happened. So I think the fact that it came to this is bad, and whether they get in or not, they'll probably be one and done. They might have to make some moves too, defensively at least. Drake is not bad, but I don't know if he's gonna be the back of the future for them either, and stuff like that. So you don't like him, right?
I don't like full time, nah.
Yeah. So my thing is that they can get in. I'm with Jeff though. I think they're done. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So we're gonna see what happens. Moving on forward. Speaking of the Saints are still undefeated without Drew Brees. How dangerous are they when he comes back, Jordan? What do you think?
So I mean, I think they'll be good. I mean, they got a top they're a top 3 defense, and when you have a defense, you can win games. But the only thing is with them is I don't trust them because the Saints do this every season, and they get into the playoffs and they lose. So we'll see what happens with them because the Saints have been like this over the past 4 years.
Has the defense been this good though?
Yeah. Yes, they have.
I don't know. They look pretty great.
Maybe in 2000, the year the Eagles went. Yeah, I think the year the Minnesota Miracle.
Saints defense has been good. Has been very good. The Saints defense has been good.
Okay.
So this is what they do. They're a regular season team, all right, and they get into the playoffs and they lose to the Vikings every year. Because this is what they've done in the past 2 seasons. So we'll see. But over their history, they can be dangerous. But I'm just going off of what history tells us is that they're gonna get into the playoffs and they're gonna lose because that's what they do.
Okay. Tell me what you think, man.
Remember, they got robbed at the Rams game too, so don't blame it all on the Saints.
At first I was gonna say that I kind of don't trust them because what they've done in the past. But you're talking about their defense. I don't know. I don't think their defense was this good last year. I mean, they look really great right now. And I mean, I don't know. When the playoffs come, I want to see how Drew Brees plays. I want to see how he continues to play. Let's see what happens. I mean, they're winning with Taysom Hill right now, but I don't think they really beat any, great team yet with Taysom Hill, which usually always happens. Like even like last year with Teddy Bridgewater, when he went on his runs with the team. I mean, he's solid, but I didn't think they beat that many great teams either. But Teddy, I would say Teddy's better than Taysom Hill, of course, but they win the games. But I mean, I don't know. I really still don't believe in them yet, but their defense is really better, and that might push them over the edge, because I think they're better than last year defensively.
I think they're better than last year defensively and better than the last 2 years. I think that man, they good on all 3 levels of the defense. I think, even though the one corner be getting cooked sometimes or whatever, but not all the time. But Sean Payton, man, he was 5-0 last year with Teddy, and this year he's 3-0 with Taysom Hill, bro. So if he ain't a good coach, I don't know what is, bro. It's crazy. But I don't know, man, Jordan. I mean, this is definitely the last hurrah for them at that core, especially with Drew and Kamara and Mike Thomas, stuff like that. But for some reason, I feel like the defense is so good that this year they may get it done. When I say get it done, I mean at least get to the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So, and I think Drew, I mean, not only is, I mean, he's healing, but he's also resting. And I think that's going to be good that comes playoff time, because where Drew was falling off that was by the time the end of the season got here, he was already tired and stuff like that. So I feel like all this rest towards the end of the season, it's going to be good for him, bro. So I feel like now he might have to get at least a game or two in to get his rhythm going and stuff like that, you know, at the end. But I do think the rest is going to definitely help him. So this will be the year I would definitely buy into the Saints.
I mean, they're the most complete team in the NFC by far. I'll give you that. They're the most complete team in terms of being balanced on both sides of the football.
Right.
But I just don't trust them.
They don't run the ball that well, honestly.
I mean, I think they can.
They could score. They can.
But
score. My thing is like my thing is also like what's always helped them being in the playoffs is being in that dome, you know, that home field advantage. They're not gonna have that this year. You feel what I'm saying? So if they get a home playoff game, they're not gonna have that shit. So we're gonna see how they play, because I said I get what you're saying. That Rams game, they had that PI, but then before that, they lost 2 straight games to the Vikings. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but they had
like,
that missed tackle on the whole Minnesota Miracle thing. Like 2 goofy drills happened for him. But listen, my whole thing is this: I'm scared. I'm concerned because Sean Payton might start interjecting Taysom Hill when Breeze is there more, which could throw Breeze's rhythm off. Taysom Hill's playing pretty well, so he might want to see more of him when Breeze comes back.
I mean, he was always doing that though for the last 3 years or whatever.
But he might do it more now because he got 3 games with Hill and they won them all.
Right. Mm-hmm. They can see the way
he might get carried away. Hold on, let's
help him. It can help him. He's a serious threat if he comes back, because they can split him out. They can do all types of bullshit with him. So we'll see.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but I think they're gonna be a huge threat. Jordan said it, the most complete team. The Packers can't really guard anybody. Their run game is their run game pretty good, honestly. We already know that the Bucks and their many issues, and who else really? You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I think the Packers are really complete. I'm starting to see Jamal Williams play, him and Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams. Yo, I think they're complete. I think they got a good defense.
I believe in their defense.
Nah.
I believe in their defense. They break.
So if the rankings say the defense is better, then what?
Better than what? The Saints?
I'm just saying. Let's just say the defense is like top 15.
It's not.
Top 15 is, I don't know.
It's not, bro.
I don't know if they're top 15, but that's not really, bro. To me,
that's not great. Yeah.
I mean, no. I'll say this. If you're top 15, you're top half, you're decent, you're good enough, but your offense has to be better than your defense.
And it is. So I the number one scoring offense in the league.
But they're not top 15 on defense.
I mean,
they could stop me. Okay.
They give up a lot of rushing,
man.
And I don't think top 15 good enough.
You got it yet, Jeff?
No, I don't yet. Get back to me.
In points per game.
You gonna say you got it yet?
Bro, in points per game, they let up 25. Okay, that ain't top 15.
That's middle of the pack. Everybody's scoring 25.
Shit.
They don't have no playmakers on defense, bro. That's the problem, honestly. So
all right,
they can rush. I mean, they can rush a little bit, but
a little bit.
They do got a 53. What's that boy name? Man, hold on.
Zadarius Smith,
tripping, bro.
Zadarius Smith, number 3 in sacks. He's a good player.
Yo, y'all tripping right now, bro.
But that defense isn't carrying them nowhere.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna move on forward, man. And speaking of Aaron Rodgers, that was another good segue, man. So we're down to a 2-man race for the MVP. Looks like Mahomes or Rodgers. I think Henry, he fell off after this week. You know what I mean? He out of the race. Big Ben would have lost. Definitely knocked him out of the race. So really it's just down to the Rodgers and Mahomes. So do you think after Rodgers this week that he might have edged out Mahomes, or who y'all got right now for MVP still? Tobi, what you think, bro?
Mahomes. Next.
All right. Jordan.
Yeah, man, I gotta give it to Mahomes. I mean, you look at the numbers, you can't argue it. The numbers are hard. Mahomes is number 1 in yards and QBR. You know what I'm saying? Rodgers is number 1 in touchdowns and ratings. Rodgers has 36-4. Mahomes is 31-2, but the Chiefs are 11-1, and the Packers are 9-3. And the Chiefs play better competition. So, Patrick Mahomes.
Jeff, I don't think you're gonna be the same. Go with them. What do you think?
Nah, you know I'm going with Rodgers, bro. I mean, like Mahomes is the better quarterback, but Rodgers just played better this year. Like he's
So they
played.
lost. They got blown out by the Buccaneers. All right, they
Huh?
struggled against the Jaguars. All right, and then they lost to the Vikings.
It's a division. Y'all always talk about how division games are so much harder and so much more difficult and this and that.
When I said it didn't fucking matter. So
You said about the fucking Cowboys, bro. Cowboys.
all right.
The difference
I'll
is
give you that
Mahomes
one.
got 1 pick though.
Huh?
Yeah,
He got 2.
picks.
He got 2 picks. The one against the
Both
Raiders.
against the Raiders. Yeah.
Against the Raiders, okay, but he has 2 picks.
I mean, look, bro.
Rodgers do that.
Aaron Rodgers is not playing like trash, bro.
No, he's not. Nah, he's definitely in it. He's definitely in
Like
it.
he's throwing
one of them
touchdowns every night. Like it's normal.
Chiefs are 11-1, bro.
I feel you. I'm gonna give you the Chiefs. I just gotta go with Rodgers right now. If we're talking about who jumps out at me, and I'm like, all right. Like I said, I think the Chiefs just coast too much for me. They coast. They having regular games. They just like gag until they get to the playoffs, which the great teams do that. They try to just get through the regular season and get to the playoffs. But Rodgers been something special.
I was gonna say 36.
37. That's another thing. We talk about 37-year-old Rodgers, not 30-year-old Rodgers.
I mean, I think the difference may wind up on the win-loss record, like Jordan kind of saying. It's very, very. It's a lot closer than it was a few weeks ago. I'll tell you that. It's very, 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 very close. 36 touchdowns and 4 interceptions is ridiculous, bro.
He might go for 40 plus and under 5. I mean, that's
what I'm saying. That's fucking insane. But Mahomes might go for another 5K in yards and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? That's also crazy and whatnot. So
he might get 5. I don't know. It's hard for me. It's kind of rough. He might. He should.
Yeah. He averaged 318 a game.
He should get it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, which is also crazy. But at the end of the day, I do think Mahomes got way more weapons, especially in the passing game or whatever. So that's what I think. And remember, Rodgers missed Devontae for 3 games at the same, and that also hurt him and whatnot. And the other dudes, they really not that good. I mean, Valdez-Scantling, all right. Lazard is trash or whatever, I feel like.
I think the other one is trash. I think Lazard's all right. The other one that you just mentioned is trash. He cost me.
You did the other way around, Valdez-Scantling? All right. You might be right.
Remember, he cost me $1,100. He's ass.
Who?
Valdez-Scantling.
Oh, yeah, he's terrible. I don't know that. Anybody with 3 names in football is terrible. Rodgers Cromartie, Dominic Rodgers Cromartie, terrible.
Oh, you can't say
nah. He's all right. He wasn't terrible.
Rodgers Cromartie was ass, yo.
Nah.
He's all right.
Eagles, bro. On the Cardinals, nice.
Yo, the DRC was all right, yo. DRC was all right, bro. Anyway.
But look, I think the Rodgers, the milestone getting to 400 the fastest this season is kind of going to give him the edge. As long as he keeps the trajectory he's going right now, because look, right now, Rodgers is what? He got the most touchdowns this season. He got the best QB rating. And in touchdowns, Mahomes is 3rd. So it's space in between them. Now, he got a few more games, huh?
Right, 2nd right now.
It's still record.
In touchdowns,
Mahomes is 31-2. Rodgers is 36-4.
I'm talking about the amount of touchdowns.
Right. Mahomes has 31. Rodgers has 36. So, I mean, Mahomes is also, right. Like you said, Mike. Mahomes is on his way to 5K and maybe over 40 touchdowns. Right. Still will probably lead the league in yards, will probably lead the league in QBR, and he's completing 68% of his passes, and they might not lose the game anymore. So they might go 15-1 with those stats. That's impressive.
Wilson is number 2 with 32 touchdowns.
Oh, okay.
And 11 picks.
I'm saying, but that's still impressive though, for you to throw for 5K, possibly get over 40, and they might go 14-2, 15-1, depending on if they start sit guys or whatever late in the season because they clinched.
I tell you what, if Rodgers loses another game, it's over. It's definitely more.
Yeah, it's over. He's got to win now, and he's got to get the 40 touchdowns. He got to keep the pace up.
Well,
He,
we get to 40.
but he lost the games that he shouldn't have already lost. That have kind of already cement. Like I'm not gonna say Pat Mahomes is like the cemented guy because, like you said, yeah, I think Mahomes can. Rodgers has to win out, and Rodgers has to go for like 45. He needs 10 more touchdowns and throws no more picks.
In 4 games? Come on,
Yeah, bro.
It's
That's
possible.
what he's got to do.
Very possible. He
To
can
throw
do it.
10 it's possible, but
This might be the closest MVP race in a long time, though.
I agree with that. It got real close. Because
Real
Rodgers,
close.
he on a redemption tour, man. They drafted Jordan Love.
Yeah.
They disrespected him. He trying to say, look, y'all must have forgot.
Angry Aaron. I tell you, I've been saying it
He
all
on his
season.
his LeBron Wash King tour right
Yeah,
now.
word.
So, that's what it's saying. All right, man. It's that time again, man. All right, we're gonna pick our locks and our upset for week 12.
Tobi know the schedule. Tobi know the schedule.
Oh, no, actually, I wasn't looking at it, actually.
it.
I was looking at everything but the schedule. That's crazy. Let me go see.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna start this time since y'all don't got it. So
Okay.
surprisingly, I'm gonna say the Steelers will lose to the Bills and whatnot. So the Bills are the upset and whatnot. I just think
Two
that
good teams, man.
is that an upset?
yes,
That's two
Fuck,
great
they're 11
teams
and 1.
playing, bro.
bro, they're
That's
11
not
and 1.
That's okay.
That's a washy.
That's
What's
not
the
enough.
spread?
That's a washy. That's a
What's the
washy.
spread?
Upset, bro.
It ain't a
What's the
lot.
spread?
I doubt the spread is a lot. It's probably 3-4.
It ain't an upset though. I wouldn't
Wait.
be surprised.
What's the Bills record? How many losses they got?
They got 9-3.
That's a lot offset. We're talking about 11 and 1.
Bro, I can see if the Bills is like 7-6. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
how is that an
bro.
upset? They're not in
It's not an upset, man.
They're a good
Oh.
team.
The spread
All right.
2.5.
Oh, all right. That's not upset then. All
They
right.
giving 2.5 to the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
Plus 2.5.
It's
You-
gonna be a
you-
close game. It's not gonna.
Yeah, bro.
It's not an upset.
Put it
though.
in right now. Log Bills plus 10.
Stop it. No,
All
but you know
right.
what? I follow that up.
I ain't even go yet. I didn't go yet.
Go ahead then.
No. I won't go with that then. All right, the upset. So y'all ain't let me. That's not really upset. I'll give you all that.
No.
Oh, I'm going.
I know where I'm going too.
I know where
I
I'm
think
going.
you probably
too.
going the same place, Jordan.
If Jordan go where I think he gonna go, that take him off the whole show.
All right. Let me see.
I'm gonna go with wait. What's that? Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna go with Pats over the Rams. Actually,
Oh man,
As what?
That's a good one. Good one. That's a good one.
that's
Yeah.
tomorrow, right?
that's
Yeah, that's
upset.
tomorrow.
What is that? A lock or upset?
They ain't winning that
Upset.
game.
Upset.
What's the
Upset. The
They
lock
Who
is
you got winning?
They're ready to get shut down.
the Pats. Is my
Upset
upset.
up?
No, whatever. Yeah.
Nah,
Give the
Rams
Pats
ain't
5
that.
points. All right.
The Rams are the upset, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Rams. Are you picking the Rams to upset?
Nah, I'm picking the Pats to upset the Rams, yo. Listen, that the Pats defense serious, bro. So
So is the Rams defense.
That ain't happening because they ain't gonna do nothing against the Pats. I mean,
They
against
ain't
the
gonna
Rams.
do. What you mean? The Pats ain't gonna score no points, bro.
That's what I'm
All
saying.
right,
they ain't gonna
man.
do shit.
that's my
Yeah.
upset. That's my
All right, do your
upset.
thing.
All right.
The Pats definitely going to lose that game.
Definitely.
And
It'll
the
be
lock is going to be it's really kind of like upset and slash lock. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens over the Browns. Actually.
Sheesh. That's a crazy lock right there.
That's
Like,
a crazy lock.
I believe in the Ravens. They
Did you
back,
watch the
man.
game last night, bro? Like he Lamar Jackson is he's a very
They
bad
got
player.
the formula though, or whatever.
That pistol offense, boy, they can do a lot from that, man. When they be putting the two backs back there and him in like that pistol, yo, that thing be looking crazy.
Yeah, Dobbins all right, yo. Look, you know what I mean? He pretty good.
Where's he from?
Penn State.
Oh yeah, right. Fuck out of here.
Dobbins all right. They still got Ingram, the other boy or whatever. Gus Edwards, and then with Lamar, that run game is hard to stop and stuff. And the defense be showing up, man. So I'm a bro, and I love Harbaugh.
Cowboys. The Cowboys suck.
I mean, all right. So listen, they always beat the Steelers the week before without Lamar. So you know what I'm saying? That's mine. What you got, Jordan? You got something to say?
I got my lock. Titans versus Jags. They need that.
That's a good one.
All right, they need that. And you know where I'm going. All right. I got
Upset.
Philadelphia fucking Eagles. Jalen
Wow.
Hurts
That's what
going into New Orleans, upsetting the New Orleans Saints. Boom. Here's my case. Why? Because this will be Taysom Hill's first time against actually a good defense. I mean, I don't care. I don't care what you say. All right. They played the Falcons twice, and they played the Broncos with a fucking practice squad quarterback. All right. He was a wide receiver. I don't care. It's the best defense that he's going to run into. So let's see what he's got. We can rush the passer. Let's see what he's got. I'm booking.
All right, so whose lock is Saints over the Eagles? I wonder what
That's not my line. That's not my line.
That's some bullshit.
All right, who next? Jeff, Tobi, what you got?
My lock is the Chiefs over the Dolphins. Like, come on, stop disrespecting. And then my upset, I'm gonna go with the Raiders over the Colts.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, Jeff. I thought you were gonna go the other way around.
No.
I thought you were gonna say Miami upset. I'm not even gonna lie.
No.
I'm not even gonna lie. Only reason I'm gonna give you the only reason why it's a possibility. The Miami Dolphins have the best corner tandem in the NFL. There's no question.
No corner tandem gonna stop Patrick Mahomes, and then the Chiefs smell the blood now because the Steelers lost. So
I
they're
get
definitely
it.
about to throw the gear on.
I get it.
Yeah.
I got you. We're gonna see. I feel you on that.
So what you got, bro?
My lock is Seahawks over Jets.
I need that.
Yeah, Seahawks over Jets.
I don't know.
My upside was gonna be what Jordan. That's what I thought Jordan was gonna say before he said the fucking Eagles. I'm like, this man said the Eagles. Come on, bro.
Oh, you guys
gonna say Dolphins over the Chiefs. I'm looking here. It says the Chiefs have won 9 straight road games. Anytime I see streaks like that, I'm like, it's bound to come to it. And the Dolphins play good defense. And let's see what Tua does. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna come to an end eventually.
I was gonna say
this might be the week.
I said I agree. I gotta agree with Tobi on that. Like I can see it being a competitive game, just strictly from the fact that listen, the Denver Broncos gave them a headache, and the offense is not competent. Miami's offense is better than Denver.
So are you gonna put that on your parlay? The Dolphins over the Chiefs?
Go ahead and do it.
Yo, lock, Chiefs plus 10.
Yeah, right.
But I agree with Tobi. I think they're gonna get in the game. We're gonna see. We're gonna get in the game.
No, I think they're gonna get smacked. And my definition,
Miami has to win this game. Miami, this is a must win for Miami. They gotta come out and play. They can't. They gotta come out and play because they got a lot of teams.
The Chiefs smell that blood in the water because the Steelers lost, and they about to go ahead and take that whole thing and run with it.
I don't think the Chiefs are worried about home field. I think the Chiefs can go into anywhere and win.
They want to buy. It ain't the home field.
Let's see.
Actually, might be an easy week, a betting week. When I'm looking at
I was getting ready to say that too, bro. I was like, yo, I can win a couple of dollars this week.
It's always an easy bet week until the end of the fucking
$50 parlay lock, all plus 15s and shit.
Well, it's always an easy betting week until the end of until 8 o'clock when all the games are over.
Yeah, you're right.
Ticket.
You still mad about the fucking Packers and shit?
Still mad about that bullshit.
Still mad.
You believe that shit, man? And I had one this week. It was a $10 joke for 500.
Yeah, it was like I thought it was 5,000.
Well, that was the one, but you saw that one, right? Because Devontae Booker ain't scored, but Damian Harris never scored, so it wouldn't have hit anyway. But I had another joint that was 10 for 500. Taysom Hill scores. I'm good.
What, a run a touchdown?
Yeah.
Damn. And he threw 2 touchdowns this week. That's crazy, bro.
Times, right?
Of all times, bro. That's crazy. How many picks you had on there? Like 6 or 7?
It's 5.
He be having a lot.
He do have a lot.
10 picks.
5,000 isn't that bad.
5,000
5 ain't that bad.
Yeah, but
it's locks. It was super locks.
I was gonna say that 10 for 500 isn't bad at all.
I remember when the Raiders messed up my super lock.
Oh, it was the Falcons. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Falcons. Oh my
That
god.
bullshit, Tobi.
Raiders plus 10. 43-6. I'm like, yo, that's a fucking lock. Are you kidding me?
Told y'all to stop betting on the Raiders, man. We don't know who we are yet.
Yeah, I be giving motherfuckers 10 points. Still getting destroyed.
Yeah, Tobi always teasing the spread. That's hilarious.
Yeah, right.
Yo, wow. Tobi teaser over there. Hilarious. Anyway, man, well, that's the end of our show, man. Well, not at the end yet. If I got anything to say, I guess.
Well, let me do my top 5 then, since we on here.
Oh, about that, man. Yeah, power rankings, top 5. Jeff, go ahead. Where you at?
Pittsburgh, Chiefs, Saints, Green Bay, Buffalo.
Wow. I got the same thing.
I know. You got the same thing?
Wow.
Kind of the same thing from last week, and nothing really changed.
Nah, man, I
I
got
can't
number
take
one.
Pittsburgh off because they lost one game. They got to still stay at
number
the top.
one. Let's go.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I got the same thing. I got Chiefs. I just flipped Steelers and Chiefs. I got Chiefs, Steelers, Saints, Bills, Packers. I like the Bills over the Packers right now. They play better competition.
I like that too.
I got. What was yours again, Jeff?
Steelers, Chiefs, Saints, Pack, Buffalo.
I got the same thing except I got Buffalo. I'm like Jordan. I got Buffalo ahead of the Packers and stuff like that. I fucks with Buffalo, so I got Pittsburgh, Chiefs, Saints, Buffalo, and then the Packers and whatnot. So we are pretty much coming to who's gonna be the top teams in the league right now. So
yeah. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, not obvious, but it's
you can't not pick
so.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Saints, I'm shocked that they got this 10 games.
I know, right? That kind of caught me out of nowhere. I'm like, what
that shit might be over.
Yeah.
No, it ain't.
Right.
Bro. That's bad, bro. Don't do that.
Maybe next week.
Yeah. Only thing is, though, I do agree with you. I do want to say that I think Taysom Hill, this might be the first game he struggles a little bit more. I think Eagles defense is not as bad as people think they are. So I think he might struggle a little bit more, especially in that front four. Like Cox and the boys going to be coming to Hill.
I was going to say, when them boys decide to come play when they come to play every snap, they wreck shit. They dominate the team.
Now, Mike Thomas, I don't care who out there because Slay.
I don't care who out there. I hope Slay come back.
I was going to say that, though. He might not do too much because of that, though, because Hill might struggle. We're going to see.
Last year, last game, he was 9 for 100. Game before that, he was like 9 for 100. Like,
I was saying, they played, I mean, like Mike said, Eagles defense is a lot better than y'all think. If the offense was competent, they'd be.
Yo, the schedule ain't do Slay no favors, bro. That's what I gotta say,
bro. You saw what I said on Facebook? So they're gonna be smoking that Slay. They're gonna be smoking that Slay pack.
They're gonna be getting. Hey, look at all the receivers he just faced back to back to back.
Man, it's fucked.
Like they set him up for failures trading him. Like
they set him up. I would say they set him up. I mean,
they got him for a reason because they knew these guys were coming up. But
he ain't that type of corner.
He ain't
he ain't that and whatnot.
I don't think he's that bad. Those receivers are nice, yo.
Bro, he gave up 10 for 177 and 2 touchdowns. Yo, he got caught.
By who?
Metcalf.
Metcalf was just too big.
Devontae Adams had 2 touchdowns on him. But Metcalf had 10 for 171.
Who?
Devontae Adams.
How much okay with the Packers? Yeah, how much he have?
2 touchdowns and like 150 yards catching.
Nah, he got hurt in that game, though. Yeah, Slay got hurt. Yeah.
He didn't get hurt. He got embarrassed.
His pride got him.
Bro, and he still got he's still go against D Hop or whatever like that. So he got it ain't good.
I say he has the best chance to play well against the Saints strictly from the quarterback. Just strictly because of the quarterback.
Gotcha. Well,
yo, sidebar, DoorDash ended up on the day at like 184.
Yo, I'm so mad at y'all, bro. Why I listen to y'all? It's crazy.
Why would you? You ain't gotta listen. We're just giving our opinion.
Man. Bro, you should have seen like when it first came out and then dropped. Then you should have probably just. I don't know.
You know what it was? I wasn't watching at that time. I looked at it this morning, but I wasn't watching. I was like, wait, what?
Well, see, luckily Ravi said that because I didn't know that you can't buy them till midday. The IPO first come out, so we couldn't do anything. I was watching it all morning. It kept saying, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It jumped to like 178, and I was like, oh, what the hell? But he still couldn't buy it until midday, so he was gonna pay 178.
Yeah,
you ain't got 25 grand in stock, so.
Yeah. Well, I was like, God darn, I was mad. And then Tesla went down and down. Like, what is going on today? But my baby Roku, I love Roku, man. That thing stay moving. So that's my joint right there.
Thursday, you gotta be on cue though. Be on cue. That Airbnb drop
tomorrow, bro. Thursday. Tomorrow. What is it? A, B, and B, right? You said?
Yeah, A, B, and B. Supposed to come in at $56 to $60. So I mean, by the time we get to touch it, it shit might be like $75 by the time we get to touch the shit.
Yeah, I'm be on it, bro. But anyway, man, that's our show, man. Another episode of Beyond the Trenches, episode 11. We are all complete. We'll be back next week, of course, episode 12. Hopefully, have our special guest Ravi, back on the show. He said he should be on. Also, like I said before, we're gonna bring an episode of Half Court Track for you on should be on the 19th, 20th December. That's Sunday. So maybe guys can get together before football. Y'all can wake up, do an hour show. That'd be good. Just talk about the NBA upcoming season, which I can't believe they got a preseason game on Friday, which is crazy to me and whatnot.
Who's that? Who's that?
Who what?
Who plays that?
Gambling ass dude.
Lakers, Clippers.
You trying to bet on that?
I'm on that shit though. Let me see you on that joint.
That nigga be gambling all day.
Yo, gamble. Yo, he bet $7.50, bro. Yo, gamble.
He do enough of those shits. Them shits add up.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about, Jeff. I'm looking at my bank account. If they did the thing for FanDuel, they can got some money out of me. Fuck them.
Yeah, that nigga bet every week, bro.
Yeah, that do add up.
More platforms than one.
Now hold on. Now I'm saying, look, all right. Every Sunday, about $20-$30, but I mean niggas do that. I go out for $30.
Yeah.
I'm
like, all right, for $30.
Well, the thing is that, but if you hit one time, it's all worth it. Though.
It's all my money. That's what I'm saying.
That motherfucker ain't hit since last year.
Look, I ain't hit since basketball season.
Hey, that was like 2 months ago though, really. Like you can't really say anything.
Anyway, well, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, fellas.
Peace.
Cheers.
All right.